Yo, 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 welcome back to Brandon Smooth TV. I am back at you with another review. Recently, Netflix has a new series, and y'all know I'm on my superhero-ish, called Jupiter's Landing. And I believe this is based off a comic book. I know it is. I don't know if it's the same comic publishers that did, I thought it was Imagine. And Imagine, they did Invincible. I'm going to have to double check that. Now, this aren't any comics that I'm really familiar with. I haven't even read too many Image comics, and I'm not really familiar with the story. But most superheroes, and to me, in this, it seems like they're basing it off of DC type characters, just like the Boys, just like Invincible. So we have a character called, and I'm gonna have to check out my notes, y'all, because I don't know these people. The Utopian. The Utopian, from what we've seen in the first episode, he's lived for hundreds of years. And he didn't always have his powers. So I'm very excited to see how he actually got his powers. They do flashbacks in the early 1900s, was like 1920s, to where he worked for a steel mill company, a steel company that, created buildings and stuff like that with his father. And this is in the 1920s, and he still looks basically the exact same other than his hair got gray. So whatever gave him his powers and gave these people super abilities also is slowing down their aging process. Like that happens a lot with superheroes. So when the episode starts off, the first thing I noticed, and type in the comments, I didn't get it. These is the most bummy looking superheroes that I've seen. And when I say bummy, full caveman duck hunter type beards. You know what I'm saying? No haircut. The son, his hair was all messed up at the beginning of the show. No, just all over his head. And I was like, y'all need to go get a haircut. Y'all need to go to Supercuts. No pun intended, to get a haircut. Because maybe it's me, but typically all the superheroes I've seen have been well groomed. Trim your mustache down a little bit. Even if you have to do it at home, and you're a superhero, you can go to any barbershop in the world, get trimmed up. Maybe that's done on purpose too, and then maybe later on when I continue, reviewing this, we'll see why they're not cutting their hair. Cool, no big deal, but trim up a little bit, man. You look crazy. Secondly, the main villain, Black Star, he sounded, when they showed him on his little news clip when he got convicted for his crimes, he sounded like a wrestling promo. And I did not like that interpretation of Black Star. Now, spoiler alert, towards the end, we'll find out. It's weird. We'll get into that. So, basically, it's a superhero family. It's the Utopian. It's his wife. And then he has two kids. His daughter's name is Chloe. And then his son's name is Brandon. And his son has followed him to a T. He wants to be just like his dad. But, he can overhear his dad with a superhero saying he's really not ready. He's not going to really cut out to be what I am. Because one day he's going to have to be the Utopian and take over everything. So he's battling with that inner turmoil. And at the end of the episode, we see that frustration come out full steam. Like, we see it come out, and I'll get into that. Chloe, on the other hand, she doesn't believe in all her dad's idealistic bullshit. Chloe, to me, is the kid. Yes, they're going to say she's a rebel. She definitely don't want to be a superhero, and her relationship with her dad is strained. She doesn't live at the house. She's really just living her life doing what she wants to. But growing up, having to live up to that expectation can be super, super hard. Celebrity kids can definitely understand that because you got this, oh my God, you got a magnifying glass on you that your entire life. Number one, for being a celebrity's kid. Number two, if you get into the same industry as your superstar parent, it's going to be crazy. I love Blue Ivy, for example, right? But when your father is Jay-Z and your mother's Beyonce and you decide to get into music, when you drop your albums, they're going to be critiqued at a much higher level than the average dude that didn't have celebrity parents. You know what I'm saying? Is coming into it. It's sad. You can look at Michael Jordan's kids. Look at a lot of the actors. Now, some of them break through. Kurt Russell's son, and I believe it's with Goldie Hawn, Susan Sarandon, one of them chicks. He was the guy that played the U.S. Soldier, or the new Captain America in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier episodes. Now, when I watched that episode, to me in my head, and this is weird, but having two superstar actor parents, it's probably people that told him, you're not going to ever be as good as your mom, be as good as your dad. And to me, what he did, he channeled that energy into wanting to be Captain America. You can see it through his acting. He's actually a good actor. He's a real good actor. I'm going to look up some of his other stuff. But you can see he's channeled that wanting to be as good as his father. He put that into his role. He might not never live up to it, but he put that, and you can feel it. That's why we hated him so much. The villains that we hate so much are really, really great actors. So, not to get off sidetrack, but that was kind of part of it. Now, Brandon, on the other hand, because like I said, Chloe, she's just doing her own thing. She doesn't believe in the utopians. BS. She's been to the real world. It seems like once she got out of the home, she may have traveled abroad, went to college, and seen it for what it really is. This is all BS, and you really can't live up to this code that our dad has. Very moral, he sees things very black and white, and he doesn't really see a way anything can be different. He's an old school superhero. He's an out of time superhero, the utopian. He's living in a 21st century world with 19, 20, and 30 expectations. And saving people, stopping a bank robbery or getting an old lady's purse to get snatched. That's cool. That's typically what the superheroes do. You know what I'm saying? Save a plane, whatever. We live in the 21st century now. We got Bernie Madoffs. We got people running around doing financial crimes that you can't physically stop with your hands, the utopian. And what his daughter, I think, is trying to make him realize is you need to change your methods. And that's the problem with a lot of people. We living in the past. Even myself, I had to let a lot of that shit that happened, let it go and focus on the future. It ain't about being right. I just want to win. So that's what she's on. Now, in the conclusion of the episode, it looks like the villain, getting back to a Black Star, he broke out of prison. And he broke out, and the utopian and the whole squad of people trying to stop him, and he is giving everybody the business. Like, he is just beating people bloody. And he had the utopian where he was pounding his face in. He was about to take this dude all the way out, like kill him. And then Brandon, out of nowhere, his son. Remember I told him he wanted to be like his father, and he always was told he ain't good enough? He comes over, and he knocks a portion of the dude's face off. Kills him. Dead, right? The utopian, one of his big rules, we do not kill people. We do not kill them if they're supervillains, if they're aliens, they're monsters. Take them to court, due process, blase, blase. So when he killed him, it changed everything because the utopian now has to explain to the world why his son broke the cardinal rule that he wouldn't break. And then spoilers, at the end of the episode, we find out that wasn't even the real Black Star. And there's actually the real Black Star. So they go to where he's locked up at. And he's like, dude, that's not me. I don't know if it's a clone. He's like, I don't know what it is. But then he found out his son killed the clone or whatever it is. And he said, you're a hypocrite. You lock me up for murdering people, but when it's your boy, see how situations change when it's one of your people, and the world will be a better place if they treated everybody like they people. But this is only the first episode. I'm going to review each of these. I was going to wait to just binge watch it and do it all together. Forget that. I'm going to break this show down because I did like the trailer. I kind of like where they're going. And I do like how they're very nonchalant with just using their powers. You know what I'm saying? I like to see superheroes in regular situations. Like the daughter, for example, she grabbed the bottle of wine from the table. Old school, some good wine. And she just flies off with the wine bottle. I thought that was good. I'm like, if I had superpowers, you don't think I'd be in the atmosphere fucking up the ozone? If you know what I mean? Yeah, shit. Be on Mount Everest, making it cloudy.